Would it be a cool idea or a dumb idea if WRC cars did a race around a dirt oval track? Whenever I think about the Solar Crown from Test Drive Unlimited 2 and from Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, I think of an actual crown that's solar powered, that it charges with the sun and it lights up at night, or even in places that doesn't have that much lighting. Some of us, like myself, like to make fun of the Oppressor Mark II from GTA Online and call it a flying broomstick. Now, I like to take the name broomstick, make it to a broom, and call it Oprescoba Mark II. Now, there are people that consider the timeline of Most Wanted and Carbon to be the prologue of Carbon, Most Wanted, and Carbon, but the prologue is set 5 years before Carbon, the actual game. And if so, wouldn't Wolf be driving a DB7 or any other Aston Martin that was from around 1999 to 2001? Would it be considered ruining the Fast and Furious franchise if all of the movies were turned into video games, in where we can play all of the races and chases that we see in the movies? Which could be better comparing it to the existing Fast and Furious games that we have. Crossroads. Wouldn't it be weird if we see manufacturers like Koenigsegg, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Ferrari making normal everyday cars, like we see on the street on a daily basis from Honda, Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, you name them? We're just getting closer and closer to 2022, and I still want to know if that Nike One is still going to be a thing. Would car manufacturers or any real-life brands of any other product be okay if Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown was rated M for mature, or PEGI 18, if Nacon decided to add things like casinos, nightclubs, or any other thing or gimmick that will be considered out of the ordinary for a T-rated game? So let's say you're gonna click a link of a YouTube video that somebody sent you, and the first thing that your eye sees for the very first second is Rick Astley, but then an advertisement plays, and then you know what's about to happen because you've seen Rick Astley and you know which song he's mostly famous for. You back out of that advertisement. Does that count as saving yourself from getting rickrolled? Do we consider a Formula 1 driver nowadays to be world champion if we haven't even raced in Africa for years at this point? And I'm mostly talking about present day Formula 1, not back then. Would the people from the Pepega mod from Most Wanted 05 consider making a similar mod to other Need for Speed games like Carbon, Pro Street, the Underground series, Undercover, and any other Need for Speed game that has a story mode? If so, can I be in it? Since the EPA is trying to enforce rules to ban performance parts, are they gonna try to do the same thing with cosmetics? After a few months or a few years when The Crew 2 came out, has Ivory Tower regretted their decision of adding boats and aircrafts and a helicopter? Because people just mostly play The Crew 2 for street races and hypercar races, or let alone any event that has a car. Or maybe a motorcycle, but mostly ground vehicles. How long do we have to keep waiting for Up to Speed to come back? Like, deadass. Is Coca-Cola sometimes taken out of context if you simply call it Coke? If there was ever a YouTuber racing league, similar to what we have with boxing in terms of entertainment, how would it work? Laguna Seca in The Crew 1 and 2, with the way that it looks, just makes me want to call it Lagonda SoCal. Just because of how a great value version of it is. Mainly because the budget went into the damn planes and boats. If TDU Solar Crown was said to be taking place in islands like we had with Ibiza and Hawaii in the first two Unlimited games, would Haiti and the Dominican Republic, both of them together, be a great location? Or great locations?